Welcome to the session of Class 9 Mathematics. Today it's going to be a new chapter, that is linear equations in two variables. We had studied about variables and constants and what are terms and expressions in our polynomial chapter, isn't it? So let's use the knowledge of variables, constants, terms and expressions, and we have also seen different types of polynomials according to the degree of the polynomial, like linear polynomials, quadratic, cubic and more than that, isn't it? So this class it's going to be linear equations in two variables. So what does that linear in the topic, in the heading means? Linear is what we have studied, that is, if at all an equation, an expression which has the degree 1 in it, isn't it? Say for example, see if I have 2x plus 3 is equal to 5. So what we have learned about it? We know that if the maximum power of the variable in the equation is 1. So this is an equation. I have said this as an equation because the left hand side is equated to the right hand side. We have a term there. So this is called an equation. If at all I write a polynomial, see 4x minus 9. If I write it like this, see it has a single variable because it has only x in it, and the power of x is 1 here. So the maximum power of the variable is 1. So we call it a linear polynomial. And if it is equated to a term or to a constant or to some other expression, this is called an equation. Here we have a linear polynomial of a single variable. Now if I write 2x plus 3y plus 5, then this will be a linear polynomial in two variables, isn't it? So we have x here and we have y here, and the maximum power is 1. That is, the degree of the polynomial is 1. So we have read all those things in our polynomial chapter. We are going to apply the concept of the linear polynomial, and we are going to extend our knowledge of linear polynomials to linear equations, and that is going to be in two variables. You understand? So we know what are variables, what are constants. Variables are literals which can be assigned many number of values, we know. So they can be given as many number of values as we can, and constants are those numbers whose value don't change. So these are called constants. 5 is a constant. Now 2 and 3 are also constants, but since they occur near the variables, they have a separate term which is called coefficient. This is called coefficient of the variable. Do you understand? So 2 is the coefficient of x and 3 is coefficient of y, but do remember it comes along with the sign. The coefficient has to be set along with the sign. Since we have positive numbers here, we say just 2 and 3. Okay, so the coefficients have to be mentioned along with the sign too. If you have 6x minus 9y, then minus 9 is the coefficient of x. Now here minus 9, 6, 2 and 3 are all numerical coefficients. Do you understand? And these are terms which are connected by an operation, addition or subtraction, and hence they are called, this is called an expression, we know. And here we are going to learn about these type of linear equations in two variables. So the linear equations in two variables, we have the general form here, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, and we have the conditions a should not be equal to 0 and b should not be equal to 0. So what happens when a is 0 and b is 0? See, when a is 0, a is equal to 0, so this term vanishes and we have the linear equation in just single variable. But here we are concerned with linear equations in two variables. Earlier we have studied that equations in single variable has a single solution, isn't it? So now we are going to look into linear equations in two variables, and we will be studying how it behaves or what are the characteristics of linear equations in two variables. So what happens when a is 0 and b is 0? When b is 0, so this term vanishes and this becomes ax plus c, and this becomes a linear equation in single variable. So we don't want a to become 0 and b to become 0. So they are not equal to 0. So we retain the equation, general form of the linear equation in two variables is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Now this can also be written as ax plus by is equal to minus c. Now minus c is also a constant. Just like plus c here, minus c is also a constant. So we can also write this equation as ax plus by is equal to c. So c is a general notation of a constant. It can either be minus 3, minus 2, plus 5 or 6. Any values it can take. But for an equation, this term, the constant term remains constant, that you should keep in mind. The variables are x and y, and a and b are coefficients of x and y, and they are real numbers. A and b here are real numbers and they are called the coefficients of x and y. So do you understand? So this is the general format of the linear equations in two variables. Now let us see examples. So this is the general form. Now let us see some examples of linear equations. Now let us study what our linear equations are, and then we'll move on to get to know about where we apply the concept of linear equations, and we'll also know how to visually represent linear equations in two variables. Okay, so let us see the examples of linear equations. X plus 2y is equal to 3. So this is a linear equation in two variables. See, the power is 1, the degree is 1 here. So x plus 2y is equal to 3 is an example for linear equation. Likewise, root 2x, root 2y minus 9 is equal to 0. So this is also a linear equation. I have said you a and b are real numbers. So rational and irrational numbers are also possible for a and b. So root 2x minus root 3y minus 9 is equal to 0. Now you can rewrite this x plus 2y is equal to 3 as x plus 2y minus 3 is equal to 0 to bring this equation to this format, general format. Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So we have the equation similar to the general form. So these two are examples of linear equations in two variables. Now let's see the other set of two variables. Okay, so 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 5, where x and y are not equal to 0. Okay, so let us now see this type of equations. 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 5. If I simplify this equation, so let me start simplifying. See, xy, I have LCM xy, y plus x is equal to 5, isn't it? So now x plus y is equal to 5xy we have. See, x plus y is equal to 5xy and x plus y minus 5xy is equal to 0. So this is the equation. Upon reducing, upon simplifying the given equation, we have x plus y minus 5xy is equal to 0. But when you observe the equation, is it linear? Yes. we know how to find the degree of the polynomial. We have studied in polynomial chapter. So, please tell me whether this belongs to linear polynomial or this is it a linear equation? No, it is not. Yes, perfectly right, because you have 1 plus 1, 2 here. See, the power 1 and 1. To find the degree of the polynomial, we can add the powers of variables which are in product, isn't it? So here the power is 1, here the power is 1. See, 1 plus 1, you have 2 there. So this is absolutely not a linear equation. You understand? So that is why we don't say, we say this is not a linear equation. 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 5 is not a linear equation, because upon simplification we have degree 2 for this equation. So it is not a linear equation. That you should understand very well. Now let us take the next example. Root x minus root y is equal to 1. Isn't it? So we'll check whether this to be a linear equation or not. Okay. So after doing this, we'll devise some criteria for which to be a linear equation and which formats do not fall under linear equations type. Okay. So now root x minus root y is equal to 1. To remove the roots, what I do is I square both sides. So I get root x into root x. That is, this becomes x minus, a minus b the whole squared when I square both sides. See, a minus b the whole squared. So I get x plus y minus 2 root x y is equal to 1. Now, is it a linear equation? No, it is not, because see, xy, here x to the power 1, y to the power 1, and here xy has power half. The power is in fraction, it's a rational number, so it's not a linear equation. You understand? So by observing these two examples fall under the category of linear equation under the general format ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, isn't it? But when I see these two examples, okay, see, they have, this is power, this is of this equation has a maximum power. The degree of this equation is 2, so this is not a linear equation. And here the power is in fraction or it's a rational number, so that is also not a linear equation. So what do you understand by these two examples? That is, see, this x and y, they are, of course, there are two variables in this equation, but when it is in the denominator, when you simplify, you get a term xy which brings the degree of the equation to 2, so it doesn't come into the category of linear equations. Likewise, you should not have powers as rational numbers, or the powers should not be in fractions, that is root or 3 or either any of the power should not be in fractions. So if at all they are in fractions, or if they are in the powers are rational numbers, then those are not linear equations. Okay, that you should remember. So this can also be said in another way: the power or the exponent should not be negative. That is, 1 by x can be written as x to the power minus 1, isn't it? We know that. So 1 by x is equal to x power minus 1. Therefore, this is not a linear equation. When we studied polynomial chapter, just we need to recollect it. We have studied which are not polynomials, isn't it? So in that we have studied negative exponents are not allowed, and rational powers are also not allowed for a polynomial, isn't it? The same rule applies here too. So these two equations are not linear equations. Okay, so that you should keep in mind. Now we'll move on to linear equations. See, let me take some examples for you. 7x minus 2y is equal to 9. This is of course a linear equation because we have two variables here and these variables have a degree. This equation has a degree 1. So this is a linear equation. Now I bring it to the standard format. Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. When I compare this to the general form of the equation, linear equation in two variables, I have a is equal to 7, b is equal to minus 2 and c is equal to minus 9. Isn't it? So I just compare this general form to the given equation and I find the values of a, b and c. So likewise we have another equation 2. 2x minus y by 6 minus 10 is equal to 0. So this is also a linear equation. So the 6 can be multiplied taking LCM. Minus 60 is equal to 0. The 6 becomes 0 when it goes to the RHS. Now 12x minus y minus 60 is equal to 0. Comparing it with the general form of the linear equation, a is 12, b is minus 1 and c is minus 60. Do you understand? See, the coefficient of y is minus 1. I told you along with the sign you need to write it. The coefficients has to be written along with the signs. So this is minus 1 and c is equal to minus 60. Okay. So the third one is c. See carefully. Now we don't have the regular form here, regular format. We need to bring it to the general form. So x minus 9y can be written as x minus 9y is equal to 0. Okay. So now when comparing, a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 9 and there is no c term here. So c is equal to 0. Do you understand? So a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 9 and c is equal to 0. Now the next one, fourth one is x is equal to y. So the similar problem which we have done in the third problem. So x minus, you bring y to this side, x minus y is equal to 0 and when we compare we have a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 1 and c is equal to 0. Do you understand? So that is how we bring any equation, given equation to the standard form and we compare and get the values for a, b and c. Now see, so observe carefully, y is equal to 7 is the given equation. We don't have x here. So anyway, bring the 7 to this side is equal to 0. If I need to make this, if I need to bring it to the standard form, what I need to do is put 0x plus y minus 7 is equal to 0. Since x term is not here, I've made it 0x. So when comparing, I get a is equal to 0, b is equal to 1 and c is equal to minus 7. So that is how we understand the the linear equation in two variables and the values of a, b and c by bringing the given equation to the standard form, just like the standard form. Do you understand? So I get the values of a, b and c in this equation. I hope you would have understood. You would have understood what are linear equations in two variables and what do a and b mean, the coefficients mean, how to pick the coefficients from the equations and the constant terms separately. Okay, now let's see some more equations. See, x is equal to minus 5. You have x is equal to minus 5. Likewise, when we did the previous set of linear equations, bring this to the standard form x. So do we have y term here? No. So we write 0y minus 5, bring it to this side, it becomes plus 5 is equal to 0. Now pick the values for A, B and C. You have A is equal to 1, B is equal to 0 and C is equal to 5. When comparing it to the standard form, we have the values for A, B and C. Now the next sum is 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so this 3x, now there is no y term here, right? So we write it as 0y. So comparing it, A is equal to 3, B is equal to 0 and C is equal to 2. So now this will become like a child's play and you will be able to identify what our linear equations are and you will be able to convert the given equation to the standard form, isn't it? Now y plus 5 is equal to 0. We don't have x term here, so write it as 0x. And therefore A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1 and C is equal to 5. See? So that is how we analyze linear equations in two variables. Okay. So this is, I think when you would have understood, you would have got an idea about linear equations, isn't it? Now the question is, where do we use these linear equations? We are studying about the linear equations. We have learned part by part what is x, what is y, what is a, b and c. So what is the meaning of doing this, or where do we apply the concept of linear equations, isn't it? So we have, see, we have two variables here, x and y, isn't it? These two variables, what do these variables mean? They mean that they are some unknown values and we can assign as many values as possible for these x and y, isn't it? So whenever I write, see, the general term ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, we have written here, isn't it? And I told you this ax plus by plus c can also be written as ax plus by is equal to c, because bringing it to that side, minus c can also be written as plus c. Now when you know the value of x, so when a value for x is assigned or it is given, you can find out the value for y, isn't it? Is it possible or not? Yes, when you know one of the values, you can get the other value. How? See, when you know ax, keep the unknown as it is, bring ax to this side, then y is equal to c minus ax divided by b. So this will give you the value of y. When I substitute the value for x, I can get the value for y. Now if I know the value for for y, then what happens is, keep ax as it is, bring y to that side, then x is equal to c minus by divided by a. So by this way, when I know the value for y, I can get the value for x. So when two variables are given in an equation, it represents two conditions or two quantities to be obtained. We can take it anyway. So let us start applying the concept of linear equations in real life, so that we can understand linear equations still more. Okay, so let's see how we can apply the concept of linear equations. So I said we need two conditions or we need two unknowns to write a linear equation in two variables, isn't it? So x is one unknown and y is one unknown, or x is one condition and y is another condition, or x be one quantity or y be in another quantity, isn't it? So for this, let us take an example. The cost of a pen, okay, is twice that of the pencil. So as simple as it can be. Here you have two values. isn't it? Two quantities or two values. What are they? Cost of a pen and cost of the pencil, isn't it? We have two here, two quantities here. And see the next example. We can take another example. The difference in ages of two different persons, two persons like A and B. Let us take it as A and B is 15. I say the difference in ages of two persons. Let one person be A and another person B. Their difference, this difference in their ages is 15. That is when you subtract the ages of the two persons A and B, it gives you 15. The answer is 15, isn't it? So the difference in ages of the two persons A and B is 15. This is another example. So here too you have two values, the different, the age of the person A and the age of person B. Okay, so there are two values here which are unknown to us. So let us represent these statements. Let us try to represent these statements as linear equations, because we know linear equations involve two variables, isn't it? So we have two unknowns here, the cost of pen and the cost of pencil. Let us try to write it as a linear equation. Okay, so the cost of pen, let us take the cost of pen to be X and cost of pencil to be Y. Do you understand? So let us take the two values as X and Y. What it is given, the cost of pen is twice that of the pencil. So what do we mean? See, we can interpret the statement to equation. Each and every word in the statement can be written as a mathematical, as a mathematical term or an expression or an operation. So we'll see how it can be done. See, the cost of pen. What is cost of pen? That is X is equal to twice. What is twice? If anywhere you see twice, thrice, okay, double, triple the value. So that what you do is 2 into, you put 2 into, twice means 2 into, thrice means 3 into. So twice that of pencil. What is the cost of pencil? That of pencil means the cost of pencil. So what is the cost of pencil? That is 2 into Y. So X is equal to 2 into Y. So the cost of pen X is equal to twice that of the pencil, that is 2Y. So how do we rewrite this? This becomes X minus 2Y is equal to 0. See, this is our interpretation, mathematical interpretation for the given statement. Do you understand? So how do we apply the concept of linear equation? So we have seen it through this example, isn't it? So let us move on to the next example. The difference in ages of two persons A and B is 15. So let us take the age of A. The age of A to be X and the age of B to be Y. So I hope you understood this. Age of A to be X and age of B to be Y, because we don't know the ages. So we represent those ages of the two persons to be X and Y. Now what we are given? The difference in ages. The difference in ages of the two persons A and B. So what is the difference? Difference is subtraction, isn't it? So the difference in ages of two persons A and B. What is it? X and Y. So that's it. X minus Y is, what I told you, is equal to, what it is given? It is given 15. So see, this is the equation, linear equation. This is the mathematical interpretation of the given statement. Do you understand? So now you would have got some idea of how to apply the concept of linear equation in our day-to-day life. So to find any unknown values, so two values or a single, we know that equation in single variable, that is like 2x is equal to 6 or 2x plus 3 is equal to some 7, like that. If it has only one variable, single variable, we have only one value for the variable. We can get only one value for that variable, isn't it? We have learned it before. Now it is, there are two variables involved in the equation. Now the next question is, so we'll pass on to the next step. We have landed until the mathematical interpretation of the given statements to linear equations, isn't it? Now the next step, what is the next step? Yes, if we have the equation, if we have the unknowns here, so what will be the next step? Obviously to find the values of the unknowns, isn't it? So we need to find the values of the unknowns. We have unknowns here, we have variables here, two variables here. So what is the method of finding the values for those unknowns? So we need to have a solution, isn't it? We need to find the solution of the unknowns. So we need to find the solution for the cost of pen and pencil, isn't it? So that is the reason why we interpret the statement into equation. Likewise, we need to find the ages of the persons, isn't it? It is given the difference of the ages is 15 and we need to find the ages of the two persons, isn't it? That is also equally important. So the next class we will be seeing the solutions of linear equations. I hope you understand up to this mathematical interpretation of the given statements to linear equations. So the next class we'll study about, or we'll know about, how to find the solution of linear equations. Until then, it's bye from Anu. Thank you.